now we are done with day 1 and day 2. So we'll get down to day 3 where we'll be discussing about multiple time frame analysis. First of all, what do you mean by multiple time frames? So we take different time frames into consideration. Your time frame could go anywhere from your monthly charts to your weekly charts, then down to your dailies and hourly, minutes, everything. There are even systems which trade on tick by tick charts as well, but we would not get into that thing. We would just look at the larger picture as we are the retailers. So supposedly, let us follow those. Yeah, before we get down to multiple time frame, I would just like to discuss some trading styles that are there based on your time that you have, based on your knowledge that you have, and the capital and everything involved in together. Because for me as a person, if I have to talk about trading depends totally on your skill set and on your amount of time that you're involving into it. So if you are just so I classify trading styles into 4 different categories. One is your buy and hold, the other one is your position trading, then your swing trading and your day trading. Swing trading and day trading do not have too much of a difference in between both of them. They are almost similar, but your buy and hold and position trading are the two styles which even take the fundamental factors into consideration. So we are not getting down into discussing fundamentals today for this reason, but what I suggest is that even if you're talking about fundamentals, what is the quarterly results that come into picture and all when we're talking about fundamentals, they all get depicted into price, right? So why not study price on a larger time frame to get a view of these trading styles? So again, the amount of time and the skill necessary as you go from like your buy and hold to your trading day trading increases. So as a day trader, it's like your full-time business, I would term it as. So with your full-time business, you cannot take breaks. There is a cost involved into it. So even if I'm trading today as a day trader, and I feel that I'm uncomfortable without an AC in my cabin, so that's my cost involved in my business, right? So that's how we get into the cost part of it. Now, a swing trader and a day trader must also make a choice about whether to trade in the cash market or the future market or both. This choice is totally dependent on the different factors that you have. Again, as I said, I cannot live without an AC. So yeah, my cost is higher, and my risk appetite, I need to check into that thing. If I'm a person at the age of 30, I can take pretty risk compared to a person who's at the age of 60. So that is one thing. My preferred time horizon for trading, so I prefer taking like 2 or 3 days as a position and then just moving out. Or if I take like I'm okay, I can sit down on my money, I have some spare money, I can go into a buy and hold and sit down for a longer time. So that's how those trading styles are there, the 4 types of trading styles. So what I suggest you people is that sit down, make a note of your time that you can devote to your trading. Do not take it up as something which is like just किसी की बात सुनी, किसी ने कहा तो कर लिया, because it's your hard earned money that you're putting into this thing, right? किसी को देने के लिए नहीं करते हैं हम. So sit down, make a note of all of this, and then based on that, decide as to which trading style you should adopt. Uh, People working and taking trading as a second option should always go for position or a buy and hold, because you don't have a time to sit down on in front of your system. मतलब आप कभी बैठे हो, there is something which goes wrong and you're not there to punch in your orders and move out on time. So take those factors into consideration and decide upon your trading styles. So this is what our mentorship program will be all about, where we'll be discussing more about your lifestyle and what trading style suits you and what kind of indicators you should learn for that trading style. All right, that was a little brief about this thing. Now we'll get down to multiple time frame. So when I talk about multiple time frame, I like to start a story over here of a fisherman. So it's a nice sunny day when a fisherman goes to get his stock of the day to sell in the market, and by the end of the day he gets stuck up in a storm. Why does that thing happen? तो आपको एक पूरे मतलब आप किसी चीज में वेंचर कर रहे हो तो आपको पूरे दिन का हिसाब देखना पड़ता है, आपको पूरे दिन का वेदर देखना पड़ता है। तो एक फिशरमैन सिर्फ सुबह अच्छी है देख के तो नहीं जाता है समंदर के अंदर, उसे देखना पड़ता है कि शाम भी उसकी वापस घर आ सकती है कि नहीं आ सकता है वो, राइट? So that is how this thing also works, that on a larger time frame we check on the trend, on the medium time frame and the smaller time frame also we confirm it, and that is only when we get into a trade. So your trend is your friend. I mean, you do, if you trade against it, it is not going to help you at all, right? According to me, I have classified these certain time frames based on the trading styles that I have just discussed, and the time frames that which you should take into consideration. Now, I would just like to tell you a little about the time frames, that how do you go from a larger to a smaller time frame. So your larger time frame is nothing but your trend, to identify the trend if your stock is in an uptrend or a downtrend or a sideways trend. Then your medium time frame helps you identify the trade, as to what kind of a trade you should take into this thing. At if it's in an uptrend, then you could just identify your trade at that point in time in the medium time frame, and your smaller time frame help you identify the entry and the exits, right? So supposedly, on a higher time frame my stock is in a downtrend, and on a medium time frame also it is into a downtrend, and on an the smallest time frame, if it is moving somewhere at a resistance level, then I would short at that point in time. So if you have understood it this way, I will just try putting it up in the other way around, कि आपकी larger time frame पे अगर आपका स्टॉक अप ट्रेंड में है, आप मीडियम टाइम फ्रेम पे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं कि ये अभी भी अप ट्रेंड में है, और अगर आपको स्मॉलर टाइम फ्रेम पे ये दिखता है कि स्टॉक एक सपोर्ट के पास है, राइट, तो आप उसको वहां से बाय करेंगे, वो आपका एंट्री पॉइंट बनेगा, ठीक है। और कभी ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपका लार्जर टाइम फ्रेम आपको दिखा रहा है अप ट्रेंड, आपका स्मॉलर टाइम फ्रेम आपको डाउन ट्रेंड दिखा रहा है, और आपका मीडियम टाइम फ्रेम आपको डाउन डाउन दिखा रहा है। सो देयर इज अ मिसमैच व्हिच इज देयर इन योर टाइम फ्रेम्स, तो उसको हम पास कर देते हैं, हम उसमें पोजीशन नहीं लेते हैं, फॉर द ओनली रीजन बीइंग हमारे पास कंफर्मेशन ऑफ ट्रेंड्स नहीं है, राइट? वो ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आपका लार्जर टाइम फ्रेम पे अप ट्रेंड है और आपका मीडियम टाइम फ्रेम पे डाउन ट्रेंड है, तो वो एक स्विंग में जा रहा है उस समय पे। तो हम लोग वेट करेंगे कि वापस वो अपना अप ट्रेंड रिज्यूम करे, और उसी चीज को अगर आप लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे देखेंगे तो वो जब स्विंग डाउन ट्रेंड जा रहा है और उसका रिज्यूम वापस से अप ट्रेंड कर रहा है, उसका सिग्नल आपको लोअर टाइम फ्रेम पे मिल जाएगा। वो उस समय एक नीचे के साइड पे सपोर्ट लेवल पे होगा, जहां से वो ऊपर रिज्यूम करने की कोशिश कर रहा होगा, ठीक है। सो अभी हम क्या करेंगे कि आई वुड जस्ट want you guys again to suggest some stock of your favorites, and then we will take those into consideration and discuss how we can apply these time frames into that thing. again, now what one more thing I want you to do is, along with the stock name that you give me today, please mention the kind of a trader you are. Are you like a buy and a hold person, positional, swing, or day? So that we can discuss it based on the timelines that are there with me, and you will have a better idea. So, can we have the names flowing in with your trading style?
HPCL, Bajaj Finance.
I would need the name with your trading style. If you do not mention your trading style, we will not take that name into consideration. So if
Perfect.
you're saying me HPCL, please mention what kind of a trader are you?
Buy and hold.
Okay.
Then we have IndusInd Bank, swing trader. Then we have Kotak Bank, short-term intraday and short-term trader. Then we have Reliance and Nestle intraday.
Reliance and Nestle intraday.
Yeah. Then we have Bajaj Finance, swing.
Nobody is here into position trading.
Yeah, even I was wondering the same thing.
With Bajaj Finance coming, I remember, one of my trader friend who's actually into options trading. His favorite stock is Bajaj Finance. Any given day, he's made a fortune out of it. Uh, any given day you ask, he would definitely have some position into Bajaj Finance, and that would be like multiplying every time.
Amazing. There's one more, HDFC Life positional trading. Finally, Adani Enterprise, buy and hold. Is that enough? We are having actually more names coming in.
What I would suggest is the other names that are flowing in and we are not able to take them now. You have my Twitter handle. It's @marketfeds. You can always tweet me there and expect a reply back from me. Do not worry about that thing. It is @marketfeds. Okay. So let's get down to the stocks.
I've send it the Twitter ID to everyone, so you can read your chat box to have a look at Twitter ID of Miss Dhwani Patel. Okay, we can go ahead.
Okay. So we had Indus Bank. Okay. And it's a swing trade. So for a swing trade, what do we do is we go down to daily, hourly, and I-15 and identify a trade. So daily is for my analysis of the trend. So on daily, if I see the stock's been an uptrend and currently, moving downwards. So I will definitely not go for a buy trade into this thing. I will go for a short trade. Then I would move down to my hourly charts. What's happening over here? So every time, see over here, when there was this formation, we had a breakdown, breakaway gap, then we had this runaway, and then this again. So ideally, if I had to take up a trade position, let me get our boring candles back. Yeah, right. So when I say let's get the boring candles back, what we did is on the dailies we saw that it's gone into a downtrend. So we'll look for a short trade in my hourly time frame, we'll go down to the hourly chart over here, right? And on the hourly chart, if we see, we will always look for, if you're a swing trader, you'll always look for a down trend chart. So over here, we had these resistances at the top. What happened over here? Over here, we saw again, this is drop, your base and your drop. And we had one more chance over here on hourly basis to get into our positions at 1480 level. After that, we immediately got a gap down on the next day, and you just keep on trailing that. And if you are a swing trader, you just want to, like look for better opportunities, we'll go down to I-15. So this was on 14th of January. So we'll go down to I-15. And on I-15, we go down to 14th of January over here. So do we get a better rate on 14th of January to enter into the position? Let's find that out. So this is my 14th of January, right? What happened over here, as that was over here hovering at this point in time. So first, we didn't have much of a trade over here. Okay. So yeah, we couldn't find a better trade over here. So we'd stick down to a higher time frame it because it's the boring candles that are there, and boring candles always work on a higher time frame, right? So you'll have to check, which indicators working better with which stock, giving you a better position, and that is when you will have to enter into a trade for that thing. So we have that feature with Spider of helping us do the back testing part of it, and we'll make a use of that thing, right? So 1480 was a level over here, and then we got into a swing trade on the downside. Again, for a person like me, I would keep on trailing that thing. For a swing trader, if you are, too excited about getting your positions again and again, this is again an opportunity which you got over here, and I guess you should have already entered into a short position at these levels again, right? Now, next one, I would just take a positional trading first, which was HDFC Life. Sorry, yeah. So okay, so when we're talking about positional trading, what time frames we get into? We get into a monthly first. What's happening on a monthly? Not too much of a data, okay, but we can say it's in an uptrend, right? Then we get down to which time frame? We get down to weeklies. In weeklies also, it's on to an up time frame. And then we get down into dailies, any given day, right? So dailies will give me a chance to identify as to which point in time should I enter. Now you see over here the earlier, high which was there over here. We are just hovering at that particular level. Any break above this thing would, this could be my buying chance into the stock, a positional buy chance. Now again, one more thing. When we are talking about, technical analysis, we need to have at least 5 years of a data when we are analyzing stocks. This is just a newly listed one, so I would say, these are like IPO stocks, so just keep it up with you, and do not, temper too much into it. At least 5 years of data before you get into doing technical analysis of all of this stuff, right? Next, Adani. Okay, somebody. So stocks in an uptrend on a daily chart. If we see Adani, that person's a buy and a hold. So yeah, we go down to the quarterlies, pretty much in an upchart, and then we have the monthlies. Again, we identify bullish trend over here, and then what do you get down to your weeklies? So every time there is a dip on the weeklies, we'll buy into it. What I'll do is I'll make a trend line from this particular point in time. We could always have trend lines are of different types. Okay, so trend lines could always be like your, speed trend lines, which are just moving up. So every time you see this trend line that I made from here, every time it's taking up a support at that point in time and moving up. From here, it's catching up with some more momentum, and the prices are not coming down to this level. So every time it comes over here, I would just keep, a person stop loss down and get into the position of this thing, right? And there is one more thing which I would just want to, emphasize on, that if you see over here, what happened? It moved up from this level, right, which was my earlier, resistance, 106 at this point in time. The prices didn't come down to that level. It just went up, surpassing that. We have like one, two, three, four, five data points at that point in time. So the change in polarity worked over here well, and the prices just, didn't come down even to this trend line that we've made. Right. Now, next stock that we'll take is a day trade stock, which is Kotak.
Dhwaniji, can you take this HBCL?
HPCL, yes, definitely we'll
Yeah,
take
I think
HPCL also.
we have a attendee who has a position into it.
Okay, I would be glad if you can let me know the position of yours.
Mr. Shailesh Jain, can you tell us your position, please?
All right, let's do a thing. He could just tweet me later on with that thing if he's not comfortable putting in that.
Yeah,
So yeah.
maybe.
So Kotak, we have day trading into this thing. So the trend is what? It's an uptrend. It's hovering near its highs at this point in time. From the highs, it's gone down. So yeah, now this is like, like a zone for me over here. You see over here when it had formed this flag pattern here and then given a breakout from this thing, but didn't gain too much of a momentum. It didn't gain too much of a momentum and it failed back down. So I would, actually expect this one to go down. Let's see on a lower time frame as to what we are getting. Yeah, see on a lower time frame, it's already given a breakdown today. Today, quite a lot of, I mean, the entire world was falling down thanks to Corona. And yeah, so this is one of the stocks. Particularly right now, keeping the global distress in mind, I would just suggest do not get into buy zones of anything right now, for the only reason being that we give, this is like after 2008 we are seeing such kind of a fall which is there, and people are totally baffled about it. So and I'm coming up to hear so many weird kind of correlations into this thing. So I would suggest do not get into buys right now for anything. Let market take a breather and get some fresh air and get stabilized. And that is when you enter into positions at this point in time. So we are just discussing our views and not getting into any positions at this particular point in time.
No, it's Hindustan Petroleum, I guess. Hind Petrol.
Yeah, so it will come with uh, Hind Petro.
Yeah, he's going long into this
Okay, so
since
again, I
years,
suggested do not get into any long positions at this point in time.
and he's
Okay,
holding it since years.
no, I wouldn't suggest you getting into any long positions in this one. I would, let's keep the global factor and Corona out of this thing. But if we see otherwise also, we discussed something about supports and resistances in our last two sessions. What do you see over here? There was this place where we had a top over here, we had multiple points over here coming down to this 215 to 16 kind of a zone. Now what's happened after that? It's gone below that also. I'm expecting that this one should go somewhere close to another Yeah, so 165 is what I would expect this one to go down. I will definitely look on for a short position into this one. And if you have longs, I would suggest where was your stop loss? And uh, just I don't know, just exit out of it rather than having another 30 points fall into this thing. Okay, so what are the any other stocks that everybody would like to see? We've just taken up the stocks that we had got. I forgot the favorite Bajaj Finance. I mean, over a period of time, this one's become my favorite too. I mean, it's a wonderful stock to get into at any point in time. So every stock, again, one piece of thing from me is that every stock has a peculiar pattern if you observe. Okay, some stocks always make a flag and a sideways movement. They're just volatile for one or two times and then they just get into a range. So Bajaj Finance is one like that. So if you are, you don't like volatility too much, you should get into this one for sure and put down some option strategy into it and trade on it. But only if you have the knowledge of options, please. That's my disclaimer. Okay, so yeah, this one again, see the auto trend line of the software is somewhere over here. The price is closed above it. It's definitely given me a base candle over here, which is like we already had over here rally, base and drop, and then again. So we could have actually got into a short position in this one. Let's see on a lower time frame what it is doing. Yeah, again on a lower time frame also it is similar kind of a situation. We could actually get into a short position at into this one. And let's get down to even a lower time frame to identify the position that we'll get into. Yeah. So in fact, yesterday I should have got into a short position in this one and made the money. Currently, I would just, till the time it's not touching its gap position. So if it comes at 4640 level, you can go, short over here, keeping this as your stop loss. And this is gap trading what I'm talking about, right? So this is your gap, you go short from this. If it enters into it, keep this as your stop loss, your higher side of it. So that's a 100 rupee stop loss from here. And your target, let's come down to your target, because that's more important. I mean, I always prefer having the ratio, the risk reward ratio of 1:3 and then trade on my things. So are we getting that 1:3 risk reward ratio? So yeah, from 4600 level, 4640 level, we are keeping a 100 rupees stop loss on the upside, and we are getting 42. So it's on an average 1:2 ratio. So if you're not a very risk taking person, do not get into it. If you love risk, then you can just get into a short position into this one. All right. So that's about multiple time frame analysis and a couple of stocks that we discussed over here. I would just brush up quickly through the importance is that always keep multiple time frame analysis into consideration, for the only reason being that your key level of support and resistance may be near the trade that you're taking place into. As I said, into swing trading, this is very much possible that if you're intending to trade the swing style, then sometimes when your stock is in a downtrend and you're trying to trade an swing into it, it might happen that it could be at an earlier support or a resistance, and because of which you might land up taking a wrong position. And then your trend may appear differently on other time frames, which we saw. There were certain stocks we passed on, we wouldn't get into a trade, and you may take a trade on a shorter time frame and book earlier profits, which could have been higher when analyzing on a larger time frame. This particularly happened with me in one of the cases wherein I took up a short position, and the stock kept plunging after that, and I was in a hurry to close my position. So that was Sipla. You could even check this on our, our Telegram channel that we recommended a short on Sipla. We booked in early, and after booking in, it plunged more down. I mean, had it we had hold on that thing, it would have given us very great returns after that. So yeah, always take multiple time frames into consideration. And when you take a position, that is why we always say that trade, according to the trend. Your trend is your friend, right? So that's a thank you from me. And if there are any other questions flowing in for our last three sessions, please let me know. And again, to remind that our mentorship program is starting from March, so you can get in touch with me on my numbers and get to know more about it. Plus, we have our weekend paid webinar starting again in March. So March is the buzz month for us. You can get in touch and get details about that thing also. Our first upcoming webinar is on RSI and MFI. How do you combine those, and what are the stocks that are giving good returns with that strategy? We'll be discussing on that thing in our paid webinar. And that's about it. We have any questions for the last three sessions? You can just pass that to me.
Okay, do we have any questions, guys? Any special strategy for Bank Nifty?
Get down to contacting us, and we'll share it with you.
Yes. What is the best time frame for positional?
Yeah, we already discussed. For positional trades, you should always look up at the higher time frames. Give me a second, please. Yeah, here are the time frames. If anybody wants to make a note of it, you can go ahead and do it.
Okay, we'll move on to next. Can you tell us how to have an approach for intraday any day?
Intraday, any day. I didn't get the question clearly. If you can
Uh,
please elaborate for me.
he, I guess he meant to ask how to approach an intraday trade on any given day, be it expiry or any normal day.
So intraday trade basically you identify if you have a trend line breakout, or you have a support or a resistance area which it is hovering at. As I said, have two confirmations of what kind of a trade you want to get into. So when you're doing an intraday trade, you want to get into a buy trade. You cannot sell. So identify the stocks which are in an uptrend first. So once you identify that, then you have the boring candle query which is there, and in that you identify the bullish sides of it. Once you have identified those, then go down to the lower time frames and find out. This is something you will not be able to do at 9:15 in the morning. You will have to sit down after market hours and find out, and then take a position on the next day.
Okay. Initiating trade using boring candle. A brief explanation if possible.
We already discussed it yesterday quite a lot in detail. I would just take one quick example and discuss it again. Any stock you want to suggest on to, I'll just take mine on. I'll just take mine. I'll just take Coal India. Okay, so Coal India, what do we see over here? What happened? It's the stocks in a downtrend. So I'll look up at short trades into this one. Now, what happened? It just fell down from this level. One resistance is there over here. The other resistance happened over here, and the third one over here. Now, what do we do is, this is my rally, this is my base, and this is my drop. Okay, so I could take up a position at this particular candle. All right, and the stop loss would be somewhere above this. This is very high as a percentage, but this is what we are analyzing on daily chart. So if you want to have a better position, we get down to lower time frames. So basically my base high in a short trade is my stop loss, and my base low in a long trade is my stop loss, and we trade based on it. That's about it. So these are the contacts. You can get in touch with us on these.
Sure. So if you have any queries, guys, you can always contact Ms. Dwani Patel on the given number and given information. And if you guys need a free demo of Spider software, you can contact on 9227198798. I've already messaged you the contact number on your chat box. So you can note it down, or you can also visit us at spidersoftwareindia.com and register for a free trial of the software. So thank you, Dhwani ji, for being with us and for being such a great mentor to us and teach us so many good things about trading and investment. So we are hoping you'll have another beautiful session with us in the future. And guys, thank you for being with us for 3 days and keep supporting us with our webinars by joining them and spreading the word to everyone about these webinars. We are also going to soon start our paid webinars. We have already started few, and we are soon coming up with new webinars, paid webinars also. So please stay updated. You can like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more details about the same. So thank you everyone. We'll just wind up this session over here and this webinar also. And thank you Dhaniji for
Thank you.
being a great teacher to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.